It is so surprising that when you ask the rabbi, when do we change to Barekh Alenu? And he tells you December 4th, December 5th, depends. And you're like, how could it be, how is it possible that we base our change in tefillah on the non-Jewish calendar? We have a calendar of our own. How is it possible? So the answer is that we do not base it on the non-Jewish calendar. We are just using the non-Jewish calendar because it's easier. Now you're asking, how is it easier if every year you tell me it's the same date? Okay, so if you look in the Gemara is asking, when do we change in outside of Israel? It tells you Shishim Yom Letkufat Tishri, 60 days to the period of time of Tishri. Now start what is period of time? What is going on? So basically, in Judaism, halakha leMoshe Sinai, this is a halakha, this is a law that we got from Hashem through Moshe in Sinai, which tells us basically that we have two systems of calculating a year, calculating a calendar. A lunar year and a solar year. A lunar year is how long it takes the world to go around the moon, to go a full circle around the moon. A solar year, full circle around the sun. Now, we know that holidays we have to in months we have to calculate according to the moon. Meaning, when you see the moon again, you are sanctifying the new month, and that has a straight effect on the holidays. You know that if you sanctified the month today, in 14 days is going to be Pesach. If you sanctified the month today, so now it's Rosh Hashanah, in 10 days it's going to be Yom Kippur, and then the 14th day in the evening it's going to be Sukkot. So that has a straight effect on our holidays. At the same time, the Torah tells you that you have to do Pesach during springtime. It has to be in the spring. So now how you're going to do it? If you keep calculating by the moon, you're losing every year 11 days. And Pesach is going to be earlier and earlier and earlier until it's in the middle of the winter. How do you avoid it? Therefore, we have the system, as we just explained, of following the moon, but we have to calculate according to the sun also. What is calculating? What is the difference in number? We said 354 days for the moon, going around the moon full circle, 365 days for the world to go around the world, to make a full circle, for the world to go around the sun. So now we have to calculate this time 365 days, and this time is calculated and divided to periods of time. One of these period of time is called Tishri, and the Hachamim tell you that from Tishri you count, from the period of time that's called Tishri, you count 60 days, and it's a set time, and then you are starting to say Barekh Alenu. Now, what happens in practice? Now we knew it, and remember, this calendar that we're using is 2020 years. We are using our tradition over 3,300 years. So it's a older tradition that we have than 2020 years. So what happens in practice? The Christians, they use the solar year. They took the system of the solar year, and it's just very easy to calculate, and 365 days. Leap year, just they add one more day every once in a while, and then they lose in many years, they lose just a few hours. Basically, there is no effect, even that is fixable. The Muslims, for example, they use the lunar year. They follow only the moon, and therefore their holiday could be same holiday. Ramadan could be in the middle of the winter or in the middle of the summer. So us, for us, how do we go? How do we follow now 4th or 5th of December? So if they took the solar year and they use exactly our system, we don't even know. We're not so familiar with our system. And basically, we're more familiar with their dates than with our own Hebrew date. Although you can have it on your phone every day, displays on my phone every day. You ask me what's the date today in the Hebrew. In Israel, they probably know better, but here it's just harder because you're used to the English date. So they are using the solar system that we have, and therefore we can calculate when 60th day of the period of time of Tishri will be, and every year we will see that it falls on what? On December 4th, and if it's a leap year, it will be December 5th. So in order to just make it easier, you tell people straight away, you don't need to check anymore because they're using your formula, they're using your recipe. So you say without knowing, you say, oh, it's a leap year, December 5th. It's not a leap year, December 4th. And that's it, you solve the problem. So again, it's not that we are using their calendar, they taking an older tradition and set their calendar. They had other, like, I'm not saying Christians specifically, but other nations, they had different ways of calculating the years until this became the most popular one because it's the most the easiest one, and therefore for us also it's easy to just say December 4th, December 5th, and that's what we do. I hope that answers your questions, and I wish you all a great day.